In the fast-moving and highly competitive world of retail, technology is playing an ever more significant role. It's true, today you've got to be the very best you can be at delivering fast and efficient retail operations with technology that's intelligent, state-of-the-art and packed with useful controls. With over 3,000 stores and now serving over 2 million customers every week, we thought we'd drop into the UK's largest convenience store retailer to see how technology here is doing its thing. This is the Co-op. When the cooperative acquired Summerfield, high-performance, well-designed petroleum sites like this one near Manchester were very much part of the attraction. These are great little C-store formats with a full range of convenience products, bake-off coffee and well-merchandised impulse lines. Today, more and more convenience retailers are acquiring petroleum sites. And for the Co-op, the question of how they integrated petrol stations and the variety of IT systems that came with them were where the technical challenges lay. For example, they needed to sell fuel and convenience products in one transaction. They needed to manage fuel cards too. Nightmare. Well, it's a classic situation. Each system was different and ultimately unable to manage things in a common way. Ivan Brown is Programme Manager here at the Co-op.
One of the issues that we faced being a sort of acquisition-based company was that we had a myriad of systems out there, all operating different ways, different procedures, different systems, different hardware, all sorts of things like that, and presented us with a great deal of difficulty in managing the fuel estate. Having visibility of how the business was operating was a great trial for us. We started looking around the fuel industry, see if there was any good partners out there who could integrate their systems in with our systems so that we get the best of both worlds, really. So we have a fuel system which managed the fuel operation, and the store system, which is our own in-control system, operating the store side of things. After a lengthy process of sort of evaluating different options in that area, we decided on Torex. They came up with an interesting piece of software which was able to wrap around the edge of our existing POS and integrate simply with it. So from a customer perspective, they would just deal with one system, and from an operator perspective, they only had to key in a transaction once, whether it would involve fuel or food.
Customers are increasingly more demanding, and receiving an excellent shopping experience really matters. So to allow staff more time to satisfy customer needs, businesses like this need a back office that to a large degree runs itself. That's where technology is key. Jon Dunman is Vice President worldwide at Torex.
What we've done is looked at the operational process problems that existed in running the store with two systems, and found a way of providing software that was going to help with their operational problems, reduce the costs and produce a slick environment that was easy to use for the staff and therefore improve the customer experience. At the end of the day, my job is to produce software which helps our customers be more profitable. That manifests itself in a number of ways, from making sure that the customer experience in store is as slick as it can be, to reduce costs, the operating costs in store, and clearly where you've got a system whereby you've got two different systems, that's driving cost into the process all the time. So by using the fuel wrapper, what we've allowed the staff to do is to be able to use the standard Co-op POS system with the fuel functionality. And so if you move staff around stores that are not fuel enabled, then what they see in the normal POS operation is identical to any other co-op store. And the fuel wrapper, therefore, is the only additional functionality they have to understand. That allows them to become, good operators much quicker. Means the customer experience is better. The whole process works in a much slicker way. Well, if you have an integrated system, it's sped up that process. So instead of having to deal with multiple devices, you can process the EFT transaction quicker, you can award the loyalty points more quickly, and take that through, because at the end of the day, any forecourt is naturally a convenience store, and the customers are most interested in happy, friendly staff, speed of transaction, and all the things that we know and love. And the more integrated you have a system, the faster that transaction, the slicker it is, and that really pays dividends, because happy customers will come back, unhappy customers standing in a queue don't.
It never ceases to amaze me just how far we've come over the last few years. We operate in a digital world, and the clever use of IT to better serve the operations of retailers like the cooperative is fundamental.
In terms of the in-control wrapper, what we were seeking to achieve was to have a best-in-class fuel system and processes around it, along with our own in-control point of sale, which we believe to be best in class as well. So it's the best of both worlds from a fuel perspective, having the Torex expertise as well as our own expertise in the food sector.
There was a lot of customers in the very initial stages. We did get a lot of feedback because we do have quite a regular clientele, and they did notice a massive reduction in our transaction times. And yeah, it was commented on quite a lot by customers. The staff, from a staff point of view, the administration and the use of the tills, again, a lot less complicated, a lot less errors on there. So across the board, really, a lot of benefits in the new system.
I think the special part about Torex now is that we do understand our customers' needs. We see selling point of sale, selling any of the software that we have, whether it's the fuel wrapper, whether it's integrated EFT, whether it's loyalty software, news management software. It's not a sell software, dump it and run process. We want to sell software because that's a consequence of being engaged with the customer trusting us to work with them to produce an end-to-end solution, whereby we all know what the output and the benefit has to be for that customer. And our job in partnership with them is to drive that benefit through their organisation. That's my job, is to take people within Torex there and to help our customers get there, because at the end of the day, the convenience and the forecourt market is being squeezed all the time, and the better the business you run, the more efficient that business, then the greater the output that everybody has.
Customers of the Co-op are quite clearly a happy bunch. Staff are happy too. And as for all the elements that go to make up the shopping experience here, Torex are helping to make the difference. This is Dan Munford for Retail Vision, Manchester.